I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Losers! Losers are dangerous, especially if they have power. These two losers, one of them tried to overthrow the government with these losers, and this one tried to invade a country with these losers. Now, I don't want to badmouth the Russian people because a lot of them live here now, and I want to be able to get to Frappuccino without getting my ass kicked in a different language at the Starbucks. Vladimir Putin has been at war with Ukraine since 2014 when they annexed Crimea. Annex is such a nice word, and it means give us your country or we will kill everybody. Since then, Ukraine has been at a bit of a cold war with Russia up until February 22nd, 2022. That's a lot of twos. When this loser decided to take on a sovereign country. Now, we've been watching the news. The actor president has been standing up to the lifetime KGB agent who you never want to be standing next to while you're near a window, by the way.
A Russian oil executive has died after falling out of a sixth-floor hospital window.
This guy, But Putin thought taking Ukraine would be easy, that he was going to roll on these farmers in 3 days. And by the way, who thinks they are going to take over a bunch of people that get up at 4 a.m. to do the hardest work possible? And then they do it all day. Really, dude, you're going to beat these people? Did you think that through? Well, obviously not. Because Ukraine has effectively been handing the Russian army their collective Zopas for 6 months now. What do the Russians want? Well, Putin has launched the largest European conflict since World War II for the simple reason that he wants to conquer Ukraine. And that was inspired by the czars of old. Putin aims to crush his neighbors and incorporate it into the new Russian Empire. I don't think you can have delusions of an empire if the farmers you're fighting are stealing your tanks with tractors. So, where are we after 6 months in the war? It's reported that the Russians have lost 55,000 soldiers in 6 months. We were in Iraq for 10 years and we lost 5,500. On a daily basis, the Ukrainians are making inroads, taking back territory, and the Russians are running their asses off. So this loser decided to call up 300,000 more soldiers, men who've already served, prisoners, criminals, and as far as we know, small children. People are leaving Russia in droves so they can't be forced to join the military. The good news is they can't be stopped and forced to join the military because the Russian army doesn't have any fucking trucks that work. And this last week, Putin threatened to use tactical nuclear weapons because he's a loser and losers hate to lose, which makes them lose more. And Putin is losing, and that makes him more dangerous and more of a bully. He tried to shove Zelensky into a locker in gym class. And now Putin's getting choked out in the shower. Putin also wanted to keep Ukraine out of NATO. But since he's invaded, Sweden and Finland have asked to join NATO. So it really worked out for him. Losers are going to keep losing. I'm Christopher Titus. And this is the Armageddon update. God, man. Dude, just give it up. Just walk away. All you got to do is say, you know what, man, I made a mistake. I'm going to pull everybody out. We'll get back to it. Can you send us some grain?
He beats me. Straight up.
Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How you guys doing this morning, afternoon, wherever you're watching it? Just watching the hurricane in Florida right now. Holy shit.
Is it a wave of immigrants that are flying around?
It is not. It's actually waves. It's actually
it's just waves. Okay.
With me as always, lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Hylinder.
There can be only one.
And the puppy. And we got Groucho and Chaplin here today, too.
There can be only three, too.
They're always here.
So we are in the middle of probably the worst, they said, quote, the worst storm with the highest winds that has ever hit Florida. I know I did the thing about Russia and Putin, but we'll get to that in a minute. I have to be honest with you, man. Everything that science said for the last 30 years about climate change is coming through every time.
Wait, did they say this is the worst that's ever hit Florida?
They said it's the worst storm with the highest winds that has ever hurricane they've ever had.
Wow.
And
they've had storms that have moved people.
Well, Ray said, yeah, there was a newscaster walked out. You remember we did the Annie sketch?
Yes.
So there's a guy that walked out today. He's like, let me show you how bad it is. And he walks past the building and
he's gone.
He had to drop to his knee. He was like, because it started to blow his ass away. And he's like, I'm going to have to take a knee now. And he did that. And he tried to keep talking. And then he went, in his mind, you saw his face say, fuck this. He didn't say that. He said, I'm going to go back over there. But you saw his face go. His face went, no. And then he got up. So the storm surge is currently, they said it's going to be 9 feet. We're looking at cars, like the roofs of SUVs covered, floating down the street.
That was what upset you the most.
I'm a car guy.
It was very upsetting. He kept saying, God, look at all those cars, just dead cars. And I was like, puppies, cats.
Cars. You know what? It's one of those things that people, like the car is your last bastion of singularity, your last bastion of independence, your last bastion of even independent freedom, especially in Florida, man. Those are the guys who invented like lights under the cars and shit. Florida's like it's like insane California. California builds like cool shit that's high, and then Florida puts a wing on it.
It's symbolic of humanity. It's every time you see an apocalyptic movie, it's always like, wait till you see all the rubble and cars laying around. Once it's cars laying around, human beings have died.
That's thousands and thousands of dollars per person. And your car is something you need to get to work. And everybody's going to need to get to work to pay for the repairs or get. They were saying that they were interviewing a guy on the way over. I was listening to the hurricane stuff. And he said the problem is right now is that he goes, contractors are going to descend on Florida, and there's going to be a lot of bad ones, and people are going to get screwed. And he said that but there's not going to be enough. No matter how many show up, with this devastation, there's not going to be enough.
How is Mar-a-Lago?
Oh, I think it's
are there documents everywhere?
It's on
flying?
the East Coast, so
but it'll get there eventually. It's on the way, but it's low, isn't it? Isn't it really low?
It'll be a storm probably by then. I know everybody's upset,
storm front,
but we don't wish ill will or harm on anyone, right?
Everyone's smiling on their camera.
I don't.
I am just white. Everyone is smiling on their camera so we can go ding, ding, ding.
I do not.
No, I don't hope that something doesn't maybe possibly happen. That destruction doesn't happen to those people.
So just like a yellow wig is.
Yes, I would like the storm to make sure nobody's okay.
There's a big giant orange section with all the makeup floating.
It just turns. It looks like someone dumped a bag of Cheetos into the ocean.
So, did you guys see Junior get booed off stage?
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh, Don Jr.
And you really got Kimberly Guilfoyle as it was happening. I mean, she was screaming. It was the best is yet to come. That chick, except it was angry. He actually walked off before she did, and she just kept screaming. And I thought, oh, she's a joy to be around. But I'm sure he's also wonderful.
Well, didn't we saw an interview with Gavin Newsom last night where he was talking? They said, you were married to someone who's now Republican. He's like, yeah, I was.
Well, the funny thing is that they were on a book tour to promote his book called Triggered. And then
Don Jr.'s.
Yes. Triggered, How the Left Thrives on Hate and Wants to Silence Us. But it's called
And then
Triggered.
they did it.
Yeah.
They kind of proved the book title.
Yeah. And then they thrive on hate.
I don't know what happened. Was it Democrats that showed up for the book?
I think it was
a
college. I think it was a college, which is
okay, I looked it up. GQ did a story about it and said came not from hysterical liberal snowflakes, but instead from a vocal contingent of Trump supporters who were furious that the president's son would not take questions from the audience. Aha! He refused to take questions. Then they booed him. He literally left the stage. He left her behind.
Wait, and they were Republicans?
Mm-hmm. His supporters.
That makes the story so much better. That makes the story way better. That's awesome. But anyway, to everyone in Florida, we hope everything is. I hope you're okay. We hope that you get your house fixed. Again, we hope. First of all, we hope nothing happened to your house. But if it did, we hope it gets fixed. Well, I want to point this out. Yesterday, before the storm even hit, Biden had already approved emergency funds to Florida. Whereas when they asked DeSantis to send,
so it is his fault. See?
Yeah.
He did do that.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a deep state plan in hurricanes. And that's why he paid for it to help.
They have a weather weapon. Didn't you know that?
I don't think you guys should think anymore.
He doesn't like
especially
DeSantis.
not collectively.
Flood
I don't
DeSantis.
think you should
The
think
two
anymore.
of you together are not.
That's a great
It's not
response.
good. In the
Hit
words
the
of
flood
Donald
DeSantis
Trump,
button.
I don't think you two need to think anymore.
it's Donald Trump. It's not good. It's very
we're
not
putting that
good.
T-shirt up. You don't need to think anymore.
And then aren't your faces?
Titus podcast. You don't need to think anymore. So I just don't understand that we've been told for decades that this was going to happen. We've been told for decades that the fires are going to be bigger. They have been.
Yeah.
We've been told that the rain and the floods are going to be bigger. They have been. We've been told that the hurricanes are going to be bigger, and they have been. We've been told that climate change is going to ruin crops, which is happening now in the Central Valley. They're burning crops. It's like at one point you go, and every time one of these things came up, the Republicans said, "No, it's bullshit."
But
it's
I don't think
bullshit.
science doesn't know.
He said it out loud. I don't think science knows. You don't think science knows, really? The people,
Every
the whole
scientist
thing,
that have been saying this?
No. It's actually the definition of science is to search for knowledge, to know. That's science.
Yeah. No. We know.
I don't think
did-
science knows.
I did think today that DeSantis, when he, in the middle of the storm making landfall, did you notice how many past storms he referenced?
Yeah.
I thought, he's, without saying it, saying we've had storms. It's just another.
It's
I
seasonal.
thought, why would we mention all these other storms?
I didn't think about that. Yeah. Why would he mention all the other ones?
Because they're
That's
not
the signal.
acknowlowing climate change, and
Oh,
so
we
that
always
now
have
his
storms.
people will know to say this happens all the time.
So I've
Yep.
been going to Florida since the beginning of my career in the
Lucky
80s.
you.
In the 80s, but I'm just saying that they didn't have the frequency of hurricanes. It used to be something like on a Discovery documentary to go, the big storm of 1962 devastated Florida.
Yep.
Okay, and then it was like now there's every 1 or 2 years, 4
Yeah.
years, there is a monster
Yeah.
that comes in, and it ends from Andrew. It just picked up.
Well, there's a calculation in civil engineering called the 100-year storm and the 500-year storm, and it's just like an amount.
Yeah.
I guarantee we have had multiple 500-year storms.
They keep saying that. They keep saying this is a 500-year storm, which we had last year and the year before
yeah.
that, and we had another one.
Well,
Yep.
they're also under a tornado watch now. So
Great, awesome.
there's things where you're
Welcome
like,
to-
oh, come on.
It's the nightmare
They're under
potpourri.
FBI
The
watch?
whole,
They're
the whole
under-
last 6 years has been like that, though. By the way, I want everyone to take a second and think back to when the last year of Obama's presidency, when everything was going well. GM and Chrysler had been saved. Interest rates were about almost zero. Well, actually, the banks were borrowing money at 0% because they had to get, because they had to fix the fuck up from the last president. And Obama did it and got it last year, and it was great. And we were just kind of having this.
What were we arguing about back then?
Healthcare. We were arguing about healthcare.
Okay.
And they tried to kill.
We were very upset that Obama was supposed to roll out a website to sign up for healthcare, and the website didn't work.
I did a joke about it.
Yeah,
it was a
joke about
very
it.
upsetting
Right.
day.
That
I
was
did.
for
really
us.
stressful.
That was another conspiracy bit I did. I go, the government's going to come take your gun. Really? You think so? Well, let me be clear. Our government can't even build a website.
That was very upsetting. He wore a tan suit. That was big,
Mustard
big,
on a
big
hot
deal.
dog.
The mustard.
Michelle wore a sleeveless dress
And people
didn't
said,
respect the office.
Right.
These were trying times.
And he
We were on the ragged edge.
Yeah,
It was
man.
almost over.
This were
vowed
like
to
68.
somebody in the Middle East.
We
It was
faced
just-
mortality.
It was what you would call a hullabaloo.
So if you look back on that last year, housing prices had come down. The unemployment was at 4.6%, which was at 11 or 12 when Obama took over, and we were like, and the Republicans were fucking angry. Here's how much free time our government had and no problems. They had free time. They tried to vote out Obamacare 70 times.
Are you serious?
They kept having another vote to kill Obamacare, to kill Obamacare, to kill Obamacare.
70 mother bleeping times.
70 times they
I
voted.
did that for you, Ray.
They 70 times, and now you
I
look,
tuned you out.
now we've got Oh, by the way, and science also said, by the
I
way,
have an amazing ability to tune you both.
do you remember when? Yeah, it's great on the podcast.
I
when we're
heard
supposed
my
to be
name.
talking.
I was like, what?
It's so
What?
it's so great that we're actually literally on the one thing we do.
I
every
was
week,
actually-
where we
We're
all need to focus. Wayne, the biggest science, and you're
Sometimes
like, and she's like,
I just need a
"Shoot,
minute."
Louboutin's got the new
No,
models.
I'm on climate change. It's alarming, quite frankly, and I
But
completely
we're so
got
late.
sucked in.
I finally said today, we're watching it on TV, and I turned around, I go, you know what it's going to take? It's going to literally take a mass extinction. It's going to us to stop this. It's going to take something climate related.
You've been saying that forever,
to
though.
wipe out 300,000 people.
That's always your solution for everything.
No, I'm not. No, I don't want it to happen. I'm saying that the
Oh,
only.
yes, you do. You
That's
had
valid.
a
That's valid.
T-shirt called Lion Day. You did a bit that
Yeah.
never made the special, did it?
No, because Louis did Louis C.K. did a bit after I wrote that bit and was doing it.
You had been doing it everywhere.
I've been doing it for a while, and then there was a clip of Louis on Letterman doing a thing about Lion Day, and I just killed it. I don't if you know because
it wasn't even Lion Day. It was like we just need a bunch of tigers or something.
Yeah, we
like
need a
that.
bunch of just unleash. Yeah,
And
but that's what we need. We need climate change, and because what's happening is it's killing some people. It's killing 60 people, 30 people, 50 people. We need some shit happening where like 500,000 people get wiped out, and then
Hold on now. I'll raise you a pandemic where nobody followed anything, and half the people.
Why you gotta bring facts into this? He's right. We didn't do. I ain't wearing my mask. Million
we lost
dead.
a lot of people.
Million dead.
But that was an extinction. Well,
Level.
it wasn't quite extinction
you know
level, but it was
okay,
definitely.
So, maybe my number is just too low.
That's it. That's it. It's got
It'd be like 40 billion, 40
Right.
million,
There's
50 million.
still a lot of people dying from COVID. We're just not talking
So
about
I'm going
it
to start
anymore.
wearing my mask again. I started to.
You're going to start again?
Our buddy. Well, I kind of have stopped because everything, and I noticed because nobody else was, and I just kind of stopped. I wore we were. By the way, we wore our masks deep into everybody. We were the only people in stores wearing our masks.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening is now they're having so many kids like are now hospitalized. It's the numbers are doing this again.
Yep.
There's another variant coming.
Yep.
And I thought, oh. And Eric Feigelding, guy who was a guest on our show, he basically said, "You guys need to start wearing your masks again."
Yeah, there's
It's
two more coming.
mutated again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's flu
There's two
season,
more
so
coming?
there's two.
Yeah,
more.
we've been sick. I mean, whatever happened, this thing took forever to go away.
I'm still wearing my mask.
I
still
am
wear
too
it
in
every
stores.
day, still.
You don't?
No.
How dare you?
Bad.
How dare you?
Bad.
Wear
bad,
your
bad.
fucking mask.
Well, mainly the reason why I do it is so I don't have to put makeup on when I go anywhere.
That's
too.
why I should be doing it because I am spending a lot of time with makeup, putting a lot of makeup on.
You should be wearing your mask. I
I
can't
am-
believe this is an intervention.
I'm doing it now.
You're the one that got me sick this time.
I got you sick. Oh my God.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Everyone that was in Hartford when he admitted it on stage, please send him an
lived
email.
Together, right? See,
When he was still truth telling, please send him an email and remind him when he was still in the guilt phase.
It is always like who shows symptoms first. So that's a toughie. Right?
What do you mean?
Because sometimes because it takes me
No,
longer
he was
to get
sick and almost well at the end of his 2 weeks. You were a weekend and then I got it.
Oh, and then that's
Yeah,
what's
we almost
It
2
was a
weeks.
good
almost 2 weeks,
distance,
and
yeah.
you were getting cocky. You're like, I'm not getting it, and then
I was so impressed with my immune system. I was like, look at me.
so then after you got it and I got it, and then I was like, I never get sick, and this one took me down, and I looked it up, and again we're back to. Because we're so far away from each other, we're not mixing our stuff anymore. We have no herd immunity to anything. So now when we get something, everybody. They were saying
I'm
today.
still sick now. I still feel bad.
Yeah. So if you guys are getting like really sick, you just know because your immune system also took COVID off.
Took a nap.
Yeah. It was like we're off for 2 years, immune system. You.
I don't know how anything horrible or negative could come from that dream trance I was in for 2 years. That heaven, heaven on earth, dream come true, living my best life.
Government sending us checks. Oh my God.
I didn't have to leave the house. Only time I ever left the house was to come here.
Yep.
And do sketches, which were fun.
That was amazing. Oh my God. And then that's right. We would come here and do live stream events. So we did sketches, which was my favorite thing. So we were in production, but it was just the three of us. We didn't have to talk to any weirdos.
Then we had parties. We had people here.
Then we had the shows. So we invited only our very best friends who we knew were vaxxed or masked vax before the vax was available and very careful. And so we basically had our own clubhouse where we put on shows like Everlast performed for just us.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Traffic was amazing.
No flying. There was no traffic. Didn't have to fly anywhere. Didn't have to do any family functions.
For a second.
So we're back to my extinction level event. We're back. You guys get, we're back to,
yeah.
We need, my numbers were too low. We need, because people aren't waking up to it. And like you said, when you said that, I thought, oh, fuck, you're right. We're so stupid.
Yeah.
So what happened during Obama set up pandemic offices around the world because it had been being said for a long time by Fauci.
Actually, one of the biggest pushers of that was Bush baby.
W.
He was very focused on
we were gonna have
a coming pandemic, and he did a speech about it. And they said that was something that he really was focused on a lot. He saw some crayon drawing and was like, we have a disease coming.
I would tell you this, man. I feel so guilty after Trump making fun of W.
Yeah. I love him now.
I made fun of him a couple conversations, and I look back and I think he was just a goofball. He was just me and you, basically.
You thought you knew dumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you thought you knew dumb, and then you guys have no concept.
A mission accomplished sign is going right behind us.
But so then Obama established pandemic offices worldwide, which Trump then immediately shut down as he was pulling out Michelle's vegetable garden for
He blamed
fresh
other
vegetables.
people for that. He said he didn't know what everybody else was doing. There's a video of him responding to that. It's great.
He's also the one who said something to the effect of like the buck stops with the president or something like that.
He said a lot of things before he became president. Only criminals plead the fifth.
But if you plead in the fifth, you did it. You did it. He said that.
He said so many things that we could all go back and point to that nobody cares.
And we all care. We all go, you hypocrite motherfuckers, and none of them say. They go, nah. Roger Stone just came out. They have a video of him in the new documentary. Roger Stone. Roger Stone came out.
You're just turning Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, Roger Stone is a bad man. I'm hunting Roger Stone. He came out, and they have a video of him basically saying, "Fuck diplomacy. Let's just start killing people. Let the violence begin." And he said, "I was manipulated, dude. That's you." That's you talking. That's you. The words match. That's your voice. That's you.
It's going to be really hard to get me to say on any video that I think everyone should die and we should start killing some people. It's just not something you could trick me into saying.
But also, let's say you were trying to get you in trouble for something. You wouldn't be that blatant and lame about it. You would go, let's just say he wants to kill a lot of people and start the violence.
You mean when there's a camera, right? It's not a hidden camera. He was doing a documentary.
He knew they were there.
Holding a camera this big, like this.
So he's on video saying it. It's not like audio.
The documentary filmmaker was with him for quite a while leading up to January 6th. The guy testified at the January 6th hearings. And some of it, a lot of it's direct to camera. A lot of it is him having conversations with the camera. Some of it was him in the room on the phone having a loud conversation on the phone, but he knew they were there. They were sitting there.
Now, you should look this up because yesterday I saw it this morning where Roger Stone has come out and he said he's already pardoned me once. I should just get another presidential pardon. No one would care.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
What?
In his supervillain hat.
Is he asking for one from Biden?
No, he said Trump should be able to do it. Oh, did you see the craziest shit?
With his mind?
You know what's weird is that with my mom, I have such intimate experience with crazy that mom, like you couldn't fix it. Like here's the fucked up part. It's like I knew mom was crazy. I knew if she took her medication. As I got older, I realized if she took your medication, you'd be okay. But that was just masking you're still crazy. Yeah. It was just mellowing you out. Yeah. And she hated it there. When I see this QAnon stuff, there was a meme put out yesterday. It wasn't a meme. Someone actually copied something from True Social and posted it, and it's Biden has already been killed. Biden was killed for his crimes, as was Hillary Clinton. The people that you see are actors. They're all wearing masks. It's not them. And it was literally a full page.
Okay, but if that's the truth, if it's that whole switch faces thing they were doing for a while, why would Trump, the almighty, ever powerful Jesus, second coming, allow the actors to stay in office pretending to be someone else?
Well, and then why would he sick the FBI on himself?
Why wouldn't, he just walk into the White House and...
Again, because logic?
Stop with that.
He said what Roger Stone exactly said was, fuck the voting, let's get right to the violence, the day before.
On camera. And now he's claiming that's not me. That's you. That's you. No one has
as a free person. He said this as a free person.
No one has a head.
He's
shaped
always
like
free.
That,
what are you talking about? He's always been free.
You little pinhead.
He's the penguin. Jamie Raskin, when asked about it, said about Roger Stone's involvement and if anything was coming, he said, "Stay tuned."
Oh, again.
Here's how big this next hearing is. They canceled it because they didn't want the hurricane to take away from it. So they actually canceled today's hearing. They were like, yeah, nah.
Okay, ready?
We need all channels on this.
Nah, we want everybody.
He also said, sorry, we're not accepting them, talking about the court's decisions. If the electors show up at the Electoral College, armed guards will throw them out. I'm challenging all of it. And the judges we're going to are judges I appointed. This is Roger Stone.
Roger Stone said that.
Yes. He is now disputing the authenticity of the footage.
Quote says,
it was him. Quote, I challenge the accuracy, if there's a right turn, and authenticity of these videos and believe they have been manipulated and selectively edited.
That's you.
I also point out that the filmmakers do not have the legal right to use them. Hold on. Wait, I have a
question. Wait, you
Hold on, it gets better. How ironic that Kim Kardashian and I are both subjected to computer manipulated videos on the same day.
I will kill myself if there's a Roger Stone sex tape. I will take my own life. No one wants to see that. Wait, what does that have to do with Kim Kardashian?
He says the video clearly shows he advocated for lawful congressional and judicial options. That was right after fuck the voting.
Wait, fuck the voting, go right to the violence.
And
which part
right
of that?
before, we'll take it to judges I appointed. Yeah, and armed guards will remove the real electors. It was right. Wow. It was like a sandwich right in there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you feel like...
Yes.
I get frustrated because there's so much obvious evidence. These motherfuckers should all be at least let them bail out, but indict them and arrest them.
The fact that Roger Stone was connected to Nixon so deeply, and he's still a public figure.
Deeply,
How is he anybody?
The woman that just got put in power in Italy is the woman who is on video very proudly saying that Mussolini was a great leader and did everything for Italy. And she is now the representative of the party that Mussolini started.
She's related to Mussolini.
It is his party after he was hung by his toes and then dragged through the streets and then buried and then taken out and then all that shit because he had done so many heinous things to Italy. A year later, a dude came and restarted that party, and that's her party.
And they got in Italy.
You want to talk about evidence? Evidence? They hung him by his toes. I'm sorry, my voice is so
put that out. I said, by the way, so a fascist leader, the fascist party the Nazi party basically just got elected in Italy. Can someone give me a list of shit they accomplished? Just give me a list. Just give me a list of what they accomplished.
And
the hullabaloo.
And
not the hullabaloo.
Republicans on cue are sending her well wishes and congratulations on her election.
Do you know why? And here's why. The Republicans have realized, and this started happening when Reagan was president. I remember hearing about it. They were talking about, and this is also why they hate immigration so much, unless you're from the white Eastern Bloc countries, and then they seem to be fine with it. We are going to get to a place where there will be white people. It's just happening. It's just happening. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just happening. We're mixing races. They're having more babies than we are. White people aren't having babies anymore, which part of the abortion thing is they want people to start having white babies again. What do you think is going to happen? Some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life are white people. Some of the, the people that print something out and that literally says on it that Biden's been killed. He's an actor. And Hillary's been killed. That woman in that purple dress ain't Hillary. That has a mask. Those are the dumbest people I've ever met, and they keep claiming white supremacy. Well, you can't keep screwing your sister and get smarter. It don't work that way. It goes the other way. So my problem with all of it is that this has been going on for 30 years, and we don't fucking change it. Climate change, 30 years. They've been talking about all of it. We don't change it. They've been talking about population, too much population. They don't change it. They've been talking about, and here's how much denial we live in. They're not going to change abortion. Nah, come on, it's law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody lies. Everybody's full of shit. Let's start fighting. I said that, by the way. That hasn't been edited.
They went to Mar-a-Lago and found they video everything. There's how many agents there, how many people witnessing, all on video because they cover their asses. Found top secret documents after he said he didn't have any more, and that had already taken them a year and some months. They found them in his desk where he sits and works.
45 empty folders.
The Republicans are saying it's bullshit. It was planted. He has a right to them. He was writing his memoirs. Like, how many different things?
And said, look how it's all laid out. Like as if
like
it's
I would
evidence.
do that. No, he goes, I wouldn't leave it messy like that. Really?
Yeah, no shit. They laid it out to photograph what they found. You dipshit.
I'm saying this. This is true, people. First of all, if you think I'm not going to vote, I'll let it be. You're fucked. You're actually screwing yourself. But you're voting for. It's not one of those elections where both guys are kind of okay. Which we don't have those anymore.
No.
You know, they're all working together. Okay, either way, it'll be within a means somewhere. We've now got this going on, and I don't even think the Democrats. I think the Democrats are more here. If you don't vote, you're screwing yourself. So you're voting because here's how important it is. It's either Team America or Team Treason. That's how it goes. You're either voting for democracy or you're voting for fascism. That's it. It's that clear.
This is where we're headed. So we have Lady Mussolini. And then we have
Le Pen almost got elected in France. Yeah,
almost got elected in France, and
by a very
you had Boris Johnson. Now this new girl, the one that came after Boris Johnson, same party. You know,
this is
and Brexit,
World War III makings.
Well, the UK is their economy's tanking because of Brexit. Orban, you got and
Poland.
Putin, they blew up. Guys, you guys didn't even know this. So I don't know why this hasn't been covered. They blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. They actually explosions. It's blowing more methane into the ocean right now, and they showed pictures of it. They did this 2 days ago, and the people that in that area, where was it? Where was it in the Baltic Sea? They're like, no, that wasn't an earthquake. There was explosions. They blew the pipeline to stop natural gas going.
The department store
going to
has
Europe.
A pipeline.
Oh my God!
Not
Nordstrom. Nord Stream.
Not
the Nordstrom
you do
pipeline.
Speak very quickly, though. I will say,
not Nordstrom.
I was just going to go shopping there. Now
they blew up Nordstrom.
Yeah, no, you can't.
No, Nord Stream natural gas pipeline. The Russians blew it up. And our government had detected Russian subs in the Baltic Sea, and that's where the pipeline is. And they detected 3 explosions, weren't earthquakes, and then there's gas just bubbling. Because if Putin knows if he can control the gas outflow, he's got to take the other supply away because that's all Russia has.
Yeah,
all they've got is oil and gas. So if he can stop that, then he's got some more leverage.
So he's desperate. This is extreme desperate.
Didn't you see what's going on with you guys? It's crazy.
Drafting, just taking people off the streets. The people you said in the Armageddon update got 300,000 soldiers, but they weren't soldiers. They were like
prisoners,
reporters,
like high school kids.
There was a reporter, just random. And when I was watching the video,
your jail sentence is over. If you go fight.
I'm sure that there will be no problems with that.
There. Yeah, no downside.
Yeah,
at all.
Well, they've now declared war crimes. They've confirmed that they've happened. They found
raping kids,
raping children. These Russian soldiers, and now with the prisoners, I'm sure that's not going to be even worse.
So a bunch of ex-cons running around,
but a bunch of just dudes like you. With no military experience.
They're also doing that, grabbing people off the street, throwing them in bus, going to fight.
Yes.
This is, by the way, these are the last days of Germany too. This is the same shit happened in the last days of Germany. So
this is the Gazpacho.
Yeah, the Gazpacho police is getting serious. They were actually, there was a picture of the traffic jam that is to get out of Russia. People jumped in the cars, this how bad, and left.
Holy shit. What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
And that's why when people go, Putin's going to launch a nuke, I'm like, well, do you think they spent all that maintenance money on the nukes? Because they sure as hell didn't spend it on any other piece of military equipment. Yeah. So my thing is that they'll launch a nuke and it'll go shh, turn right. Yeah. I don't know. But they're saying that the possibility of him dropping a tactical nuke in Ukraine is pretty high. Fuck! Sorry.
Here's one. Here's Here's one that is going to be tough that you're going to be hearing a lot about. Biden was just giving a speech.
Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
At the White House conference on hunger, nutrition, and health.
Oh no!
Representative Jackie Walorski, who's a Republican from Indiana, was one of the people that worked on hunger, and he thanked all of you here. And then he goes, and Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I think she was going to be here. She was killed in August in a head-on car collision with a couple of her congressional staff members. And when she did die, he did issue a statement saying how sorry he was. He and Jill were deeply saddened. And there was this whole moment where he's going, Jackie, where's Jackie? Are you here?
That footage was manipulated.
She was going to be here.
Yeah, Roger Stone got it. Well,
that's awkward.
Oh boy.
I also and he's 80, and he's the most powerful man in the world, and I think he's got other shit on his plate.
Unless maybe he communes with spirits. Maybe
he's on death's door.
Jackie's here. There she is. You guys can't see her. Hi, Jackie.
She's a Force ghost.
She died in a head-on collision with 3 other people.
Yeah, 2 of her congressional staff members died in August during a head-on car collision in northern Indiana. No, she's just a Republican. I think Democrats would most likely die in head-on car collisions
I'm just saying, though, that, but if she knew some shit about the Republican...
You're getting confused.
It's just always
wait. You're thinking one car accident. That's the suspicious one.
Right.
Head-on car collisions are pretty common. It's not weird.
Again, showing it.
It's a problem.
People can't drive...
Ask Sam Kinison.
We are getting so much worse at driving. It is so
funny. Oh, yeah. I don't... Did they lower the bar or something? Dude, no, I've definitely noticed that.
Okay, because
it's crazy. People are always on their phones. When you're really mad at their driving and you go by, they're like this, though. They're not even looking up. They're just...
I don't understand it anymore because people are... And here's a new thing. And I think the pandemic created this. There is I don't give a fuck about the rules that I have never seen. People just making lefts and rights and U-turns and doing whatever the fuck, making a right turn from the middle lane
all the way. No turn signal,
just going. And people,
there's people walking across the street at just like wherever the fuck they want to go.
It's red. I yelled at an Orthodox Jew yesterday.
Oh yeah, I yelled at old men walking. Not a crosswalk.
He was red. It's red, fucking red. And I go to turn, and he's walking across the street very slowly, hands behind his back, and I go, "It's a red light."
I feel like I
put a little bit of Jewish spin on it. It's a red light, Dad. What are you doing? Stop it.
I'm pretty sure the homeless population.
I'm not saying Jews cross against lights. I'm saying that everybody's doing it.
Just to be clear.
Thank you.
I feel uncomfortable with that whole question.
This whole discussion.
It's everybody is being nuts. People have this. I don't know if it's the pandemic that gave us all this major fuck off. Fuck it. I don't care. But I mean, people just randomly turning and stopping. That's another thing. There's a DoorDash place over here that they opened up on Lancashire here by the shop. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers just park in the street.
Yeah.
I have to park.
Oh yeah, that's insane. Especially my favorite is when you're coming around a corner, a curve, and people. This has happened twice in the same place by our house. Coming over a hill and around a corner.
I had this happen.
Same place.
That lady in the truck.
But there was another SUV. One, same place the week before. They just park. Yeah. I mean, flashers would still not make that much of a difference. Just go pull off. But just sitting there, when you go by, they're on their phones.
Oh, and how about, a lot of times that is happening, and then there's a little area where they could have pulled into. But they just said, "Fuck it." They just stopped right there.
That's my point. There was a little side
10
street
feet ahead.
Yeah, I can't.
Here's a good one. So coming into our house, there's that stop sign on Elnita, and you come down and you come down the hill, and it goes around like this. Mm-hmm. There's a lady that lives there driving a black SUV. She backs out of her driveway.
Yes.
She's in She doesn't go. She doesn't back out to the other lane where she should. Oh. She backs into oncoming traffic. Yes. I come around the corner. I'm like, "Oh!" Yeah. I'm literally gonna head on her, and I go, "What the?"
Yeah, people turning around in the middle of a fucking 4-lane. I had so many times.
When cars are...
I'll do it, but I wait till there's nobody a quarter mile behind me, nobody a quarter mile in front of me.
Yes.
There's been so many times. It's increasing. Like when I'm driving with Wyatt, I have to say, "Fuck, you're not supposed to do that. Don't ever do that." Or somebody's coming in.
Let me point something out. And I've noticed this. Why is this happening? Here's why. We don't have as many cops on the road. Have you noticed? When's the last time you saw?
I don't see them.
I
here.
used to see cops all the time.
Yeah, I
driving
don't.
Oh,
cars.
see, I see a lot still.
Yeah, but you live in a bad neighborhood. The point is this. The shop's in a bad neighborhood. The only time I see cops is here or where you live. That's the only time.
Yeah, no, we see cops here. There's cops here.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Scott is quietly divorcing her second husband after 3 years, the former science teacher.
Oh, she needs to find happiness. She's such a
I
good
wonder if
person.
he's going to have
like
any money
issues. I don't
claims.
think so. Oh, well, I mean, she's got what? She's worth. So she got $54 billion in the divorce from Jeff Bezos. She couldn't spend it. She gave away billions.
Yeah.
And now she's worth $65 billion. She couldn't spend it.
Yeah. What's that tell you?
On that note, this episode brought to you by Liquid IV, something I've been using religiously.
I gave it to the guy today.
I got sick.
He goes, "You got a bottle of water or something?" And I gave him. I said, "Try this, Liquid IV." I actually gave it to him. I go, "Dude, it replaces all the electrolytes. You're going to feel so much better than just drinking water alone." I actually literally just did a commercial in the backyard.
I do all the time.
There's no
too.
fentanyl in it.
I always tell people you don't understand how good you can feel because you don't realize, especially with how hot it is for fall. A friend of mine, Amber, who came to the house, she thanked me. She came on Tuesday and she said, "I just want to thank you for introducing me to that." And she's a masseuse and she goes, "I'm now making all my clients try it." She said, "It's the best thing I've ever tried." Because she was complaining to me, she was having sinus headaches and stuff. She's having headaches a lot. And I said, I don't know if it'll help you, but you got to just try this. Let me tell you what it does. Cellular transport technology. It's kind of like if you could go get an IV, hence the name Liquid IV. You just put it in your water bottle, shake it up. It makes your water taste amazing. Yeah, but especially if you have my favorite flavors.
Doesn't it give you so much more hydration than water alone?
3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks.
Wow.
It hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It has 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C.
Like 40 calories.
It's amazing. It's a game changer.
So I'm telling you this, like I will go, I wake up in the morning, feel crappy, have one, and then I want to go work out. Like it changes how I feel.
It's helped with my allergy headaches and it just I don't know how that works, but it just feels like it gets things moving, And I have had no, I mean in my head,
a movement.
But it will also help with that, ladies.
Ladies.
It is.
He looks at all cameras.
One of my favorite things to hear back from people about after I have them try it. So everywhere I go, when I was in North Carolina, my mom's best friend, who I've known since childhood, she's now hooked on it. Her husband has Parkinson's. She gives it to him. Mm-hmm. She thinks it's helping him.
We know people that actually have started, like they buy bags of it now because we got them into it. Yeah, people, Liquid IV.
And Mahogany is addicted to the energy one.
Mahogany
and there's a newer energy one, there's lemon ginger and then yuzu pineapple, and it's really good. So grab your Liquid IV. They have it in bulk nationwide at Costco. It's a bigger bag, or get 15% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Titus at checkout. That's 15% off anything you order, bundles, whatever, when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Titus at liquidiv.com.
It's an incredible hangover aid too, if I may, for those Christmas parties.
Oh, now when I went to the Cowboy Palace a couple weeks ago with my girlfriend.
Palace was really optimistic.
It's really optimistic.
I went in really optimistic.
You were pretty sure, there was going to be
sandwich.
And then you left.
You were with the girls you were with. If there was going to be
sandwich,
they were killing people.
Yeah.
The crew you were with of chicks were all alphas. I'm like,
Krav Maga
instructors. So, but I took like 6 of those, and I just took them in my purse. And I took strawberries, my most favorite, and golden cherry. Those are my 2 top. Then grape is my next one. And so I took some of those.
Watermelon, grape, or lemon. Watermelon, lemon, lime, grape. That's what I go.
Oh, you're on to grape now?
Yeah.
So I pulled one out.
You try to hide the bag of grape.
I pulled one out, and because I will do it like in between a couple drinks, I'll pull one out, shake it in a bottle of water at the bar or at the Palace, and instantly, because I've gotten all my friends on it, they all know the value for a hangover, and they were all like, "Hey, do you have one? Can I get one? Can I get one of those?" And I didn't have quite enough, so there were 2 sad people. But
2 with hangovers,
like a Liquid IV.
The other
now at this point.
Yeah.
Where can they get it? Finish it up. Wrap it up.
I already did.
All right, good. I want to talk about Putin. So the war. I don't know what's going to happen with this war. Here's what concerns me about all of it. first of all, he's getting his ass handed to him because you can't
repeatedly.
Repeatedly. 55,000
Still going.
dudes.
Keeps losing.
But they've lost 55,000 people. Like in Iraq, we lost 5,500.
Wow.
In 10 years.
Are they just cannon fodder, these guys? They're
fucking
just
February. That's when it started. 55,000 dead Russians.
Are they just launching their soldiers into the air? What the fuck are they doing?
Yes, because they're out of ammunition.
They just put all right, get in there. Get into the tube.
What? Like the circus guys?
Do the Russian guy flying over your head.
This view is amazing.
Put this helmet on.
I'm going to. There's no ripcord. What? Oh.
I was expecting that noise.
So they've lost so many people. None of the equipment worked. The oligarchs, they've been sending all the money that's supposed to go to the military. It's been getting corrupted to going to oligarchs who are buying yachts and shit. And the Russian people have got. I don't know. What's your call on Putin
Why
falling
are
out a window?
so many businessmen falling out of windows? It's a massive number in the last month.
If you start talking shit about Putin, you end up
you become dizzy.
I always say is do it on the ground floor.
Yeah. Don't go up at all.
Don't be. I'll meet you guys at the top and we're going to have a meeting. No, fuck that. I'm not going to a Russian meeting.
Down.
We are meeting at the cafe on the street. I will meet you outside with the guys in the tracksuits because we are not talking.
Why is there a backhoe digging a trench behind me? Let's go.
Our meetings will all be. I'm going to the basement. We're going to go to the basement to have a meeting. I'm not falling out a window. And if I do, I want to fall up. But
why? Just because
they're talking shit. Because what happens is these guys are powerful. So Putin made these powerful rich guys. Well, as when you have money and you can have anything you want, you get arrogant and you think so. They're like, well, because he's burning what people don't quite get about Russia is because of their their oil riches and stuff. They had so much money. They had a possibility. If Putin wasn't, remember he was in the G8 at one point.
Yeah.
Like Russia was in the G8. They were part of the world community. And then he started doing all this crazy shit. When they took Crimea, you're out. Obama said, you're fucking out, dude. You can't be in the G8 if you're going to just...
Ding Dong tried to bring him back.
And then Ding Dong tried to bring him. And we were like, no, he's still an asshole. Russia had an opportunity at this point, but Putin, here's the thing. I always say this in my life. You can't go forward walking backwards, and that's what he is. He keeps looking at, I was reading today, and I was writing the Armageddon update, that he wants to reconstitute the Soviet Union from like 300 years ago. Motherfucker, what are you talking about?
And
we have airplanes now. What do you
How has he not been taken out also? That's confusing.
Well, he only sits, he always sits at the end of a 45-foot table. I think
surely,
still, they've got something.
Surely.
They've got little dart guns or something.
It's been discussed.
Surely it's...
Really, that's your whole...
I would say...
That's your whole military tactical
poison
idea.
pen or something.
Surely they have little dart guns or something.
Hey, it's
really long.
Damn it, the table was not big enough.
At this point, there's so much unrest. People have to be considering.
I will bet there's been attempts, and that's why people are falling out windows.
That's the windows.
I will bet it's not there's been more than meetings.
Because Gaddafi thought he would never go anywhere.
Right?
He was in power and nobody was going to be able to touch him, and then enter Spear anus. Hello, Spear.
Man, you got a box cutter.
Oof, that was brutal. Did you see that video? That was a video.
So
it's
a
video.
Dart in the park.
They dragged him through the street.
Yeah,
what's really
doing this to him.
What's incredible to me about when people talk shit about Obama is that we ended Libya in Gaddafi's reign, who was an evil, evil dictator, with not putting one American boot on the ground. He did it from the air. And people were like, "Fuck this! We're tired of you're not doing this anymore." So what they did was they got Gaddafi, they marched him to the street, they basically stoned the shit out of him, and before he was dead, the last video we had, and
they were doing a ventriloquist act.
With a but up his sandwich box cutter. Guy took a box cutter and just sandwich, and I just got something. They put that video on television.
Well, it was on the internet.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. And they tore his sandwich.
They tore his
ass sandwich. That's what I meant. They tore his ass up. And
we are getting demonetized for sure. For this.
What is going to happen?
We can't say that. Don't say that.
We cut whatever we monetize.
Yeah. By the way, sandwich.
By the way, yeah, there you go, sandwich. Keep doing it for the Fairleys, in the honor of the Fairleys. Sandwich. Whenever we say sandwich, that means there's something that we had to take out. I think that we can actually get rid of Putin, but I think it's going to take the Russian people. And there was an op-ed I just read yesterday where they were talking about how the Russian people, why aren't we seeing them in the streets? And it's because
they have been some,
but with what's going on, when Vietnam happened, it wasn't a few people. When George Floyd got killed, we had riots where it was insane. The Russians, 1,000 here, 2,000 here. It's not like this massive.
And they also have such a dictatorship. He has such an oppressive control over those things.
Yeah, they're used to it. We're going to get shot.
Yeah. Well, they will. They did try to protest when Navalny was going to challenge him, who's now in a prison camp.
Arrested people and took them away.
Yes.
And they killed them. Yeah.
I mean, he puts it down instantly. So there have to be some cracks. There have to be.
Well, the only time people really put shit down and stop it is when, except in America, because we know that we have the right to protest, is when they have nothing left to lose. And what's happening now, if they've already killed 55,000 people and they're gathering up 300,000 more, we got nothing else to lose. Fuck this dude.
Because they're going to die
anyway.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, they're sending us. There was a thing where a Russian captain was talking to a guy that was going. He's going, "You get a uniform and that's it. We don't have any equipment to give you."
Oh my
God.
Am
I punching people? Right.
Right.
Am I karate chopping people?
I'm cold, damn it.
I just don't see how that works militarily, that we're going to now take people who don't want to be there. It worked so well for us in Vietnam.
Right.
But at least we took those people and trained them.
And trained them and had weapons.
And they had weapons and equipment and gear, and they got to go into specific jobs. And but they're not. They're just taking people off the streets. They
need people to fix tires. And get
how
trucks
is that
out of mud.
They need the tire rack. They got to get the people from tire rack. We got to get some equipment. They couldn't get the trucks. That's what I kept saying. Is like, do people really believe that he's going to launch a nuke on us when they couldn't fucking maintain a truck?
Well, now they have 300,000
auto mechanics,
angry people and untrained people.
Well, the great thing
this episode brought to you by Athletic Greens. I've tried.
I've
tried. He just won't zip it. There's no zipping.
You got to give me the look. You got to do the old. You got to do one of these. All I want is this. Just to give me.
I can't. That's not
an umpire signal or something. Needed like a
How about I just say this episode brought to you by
First Base
Athletic Greens.
Yay, Athletic
Another
Greens.
Product that we use every day.
And is helpful to
I
my
will
health.
say I did not use it when we went to Scotland because I didn't have any weight left in my luggage. And it was tight. All of it.
Louboutins or Athletic
or
Greens.
help.
A new pair of shoes
And look
every
at
day.
who got sick twice in the month after that.
That is true. When I don't take it, I do feel worse. And I react to stuff like wheatgrass and stuff. So Athletic Greens makes me, I feel energetic after I take it.
It's great if you can get it in. If you have a hangover, this is not in their talking points.
How
but
come all of our products help with that?
If you feel bad,
that,
have this. It definitely brings your system alive. I started taking it for gut health because when you drink, so it's a same thing. You take the powder, you put it in water, you shake it up or stir it up. Tastes good. Don't know how they did that.
Does taste good.
You absorb 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods, probiotics, adaptogens. So you're getting it all in one bang for your buck. It helps with gut health. It helps with your immune system, more energy. Mm-hmm. If you don't like to take pills or vitamins, this is the easiest way because you just drink it.
How many vitamins are in it?
75 high quality vitamins, minerals,
what?
Whole food. So it's like you get superfoods. It's like you get your greens too. If you don't eat all of the greens you should be eating. Also, it helps with sleep quality and recovery, mental clarity, alertness. It's inexpensive. I mean, this is like a whole body product.
Again, we don't advertise any products that A, we don't use and A, aren't great.
It also, you can get the vitamin D with it in the dropper. And so I do that. I put that in we got a shaker from them and I have a set to get it every month. It gets auto delivered and you put the powder in, the vitamin D dropper, and you're
Do you
covered.
put it in our smoothies?
Mm-hmm.
So every day I get with my smoothies. Oh, that's why. Okay, good. I'm getting it.
And we didn't have a blender in Scotland either. We also didn't have hope or a future.
No, we didn't.
Or purpose.
Or audience.
Reason to live.
There you go. There's a lot of Scotland was lacking.
So right now it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially now that we're going into cold and flu season. Should have listened to myself. Make it easy. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of that immune supporting vitamin D that I was just talking about. And you also get 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Titus. Again, athleticgreens.com/Titus to take ownership of your health. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Good product.
I just started back on it. So fingers crossed. It was dumb.
It will help you stop feeling tired of feeling bad because you won't feel bad. Let's
What?
So, it'll help you stop. I when I got sick, I got mad, and I because it wouldn't go away.
Yeah,
I'm like, I just can I just get back to work? And whether it's Liquid IV or Athletic Greens, it gets me back to health faster.
Yeah,
a lot faster.
Little tip: leave a pair of shoes at home when you go to Scotland and take Athletic Greens.
We have China. Does anyone know? Can you look up Xi?
China.
Did he get?
There was some discussion about that.
This weekend, it was like President Xi of China was actually was under house arrest.
Wait, how is that possible? Wait a second.
Well, that's what they said. It was all over the internet. It was a reporter in India found out that and then there was a new guy taking over.
It was unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. He kept saying it, and then
he's made his first public appearance after coup rumors.
Yeah, and
it was a false coup rumor, and it went viral.
False coup, good. Because I kept thinking, why wouldn't they tell us? Oh, because the stock market would crash. We're so connected to China, and then my conspiracy head starts going, and I become one of those crazy people.
Yeah, Putin put him in his
with a podcast.
Biden's approval numbers dropped 5 points. I don't think him asking for Jackie today is good.
Yeah, it's not gonna help.
Wait, I thought it was up to 45.
It's down to 41 from 46.
Man. It was 32.
And then the whole Jackie thing. I'm expecting some upper 30s by next week.
Dead Jackie.
The worst part is not thanking her, but stopping the whole thing to go, Jackie, where are you, Jackie?
Yikes.
I am upset. No.
Yeah.
That's a big forget.
That's pretty big. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's like almost saying her name and then catching it.
Yeah,
that's
wow. Pretty bad.
Oh, I'm so upset.
It's cringe. It's cringe.
80.
It's cringe is
it's
what
cringe.
it is. It actually is, you millennial.
Dude.
It's literally.
Yeah.
Cringe.
But you know as dumb as he
Jackie
is.
got yeeted out
Trump,
of that car.
Totally jelly. I could have done such a better job at embarrassing myself.
You know he's going to say something, and I just want to go, bro.
Yeah.
It's all these, even people in my family, that all they do is talk about Biden's mental acuity, and I'm like, are we really having this conversation?
We have an hour of clips of at least of him saying Trump saying the dumbest shit you've ever. We use it all the time. It
was insane. It was a 4-year ride of insanity that I'm happy to be off of. I'm not even saying anything about Biden. Certainly that was bad.
But that's the difference between us.
I'm saying at least be consistent. At least call out Trump and Biden for the same thing. You know, like that's the thing I can't stand. It discredits your
the
arguments.
Biden thing's more like just a gaffe, right?
I mean,
I think it's pretty. I think
you wrote
a letter. It's a bad.
If somebody died in a head-on collision and you wrote a letter to their family, and then later you're like,
that's a
"Hey,
problem.
where's the person that died in the head-on collision?" Fuck, dude. I mean, but here's the difference between us and them. We'll call that out. You and I, we'll sit here and go, "That's stupid, dude."
That's not good.
He's got to the point where he's got to come out and go, "Guys,
Peepaw needs his Regeneron or whatever it was. What
Get him
is
an
it?
Insure. Get him an insure.
Not Regeneron. What's the stuff that you and he and Grandma Jean, they research this memory thing together? She doesn't need it.
The commercials are all the time. No, it doesn't work anyway. No, something like that.
But anyway, I come in the living room and he and his 88-year-old buddy are on the computer together looking up this commercial.
Ginkgo biloba or something?
No, it's Prevagen. Prevagen. Here's the commercials for Prevagen. Ready? Well, I was feeling like I was starting to lose my mental acuity, and I was just, and I started taking Prevagen, and you know what? After about 3 months, it felt like it really made a difference. They never
ask your doctor.
Yes. Then the FDA states that these claims don't have anything to do with reality or life.
If you have an erection for more than 4 hours, please
so
see a
he
doctor.
and Grandma researched
because
together.
Grandma was talking about it.
She
and
doesn't.
I said, I was thinking of it too, Prevagen. I was thinking I need it too. So I said, let's look at if it's real. And we read 10 or 15 reviews, and all of them were, this is bullshit. I've been taking this for 2 months. Nothing's changed at all. So yeah.
She doesn't need it because you said that. Well, imagine if Grandma were president, and first of all, awesome.
Yeah,
but second of all, she's
those press conferences.
You're not talking to her like, Grandma, come on.
Do her asking for Jackie.
Do you know?
Jackie, are you here? I haven't heard from you in quite some time.
Grandma,
Jackie?
Grandma.
Hold on, I'm looking for Jackie. Don't interrupt. Jackie, she said she was going to be here.
Do you remember she got in an accident a couple of months ago?
Madam President.
Watch how she would react. She would start laughing. Oh my God. Oh my land.
Actually, Grandma would.
She'd go, oh my land.
Yesterday, I was trying to help her on her phone. God help me is all I have to say. I tried to I try to get a grasp on what the hell is going on with her. So I try and talk it out with him today. She needed me to call her back so she could put it on speaker. And so I said, Grandma, pull the phone away from your ear. And she goes, okay. I can hear it kind of farther away. And I go, Grandma, because I'm not on speaker, hit the audio button. I don't have an audio button. I said, yeah, you do. See, do you see merge calls? Do you see contacts? Do you see, I have those. I said, okay. Then you have audio button. It's the top far right one. And she goes, oh, well, I got that button. And I said,
hit it.
I said, hit it. And she goes, I hit it. Nothing happened. I said, yes, it did. It gives you iPhone or speaker. No, it didn't. It did not.
And she's talking to you on the speaker.
How in the hell is she putting it on speaker when I call her? I don't understand. So I finally just gave up. I said to her, I think I know the problem. And she said, what? And I said, it's old Stabby McFingers. And it was silent for a second. And then I just heard,
yeah, because she just goes, and if it doesn't, yeah.
And then she said, I love you. Yeah, everything is very harsh and abrupt. And I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. She tells me for 5 minutes she doesn't have an audio button. Then when I say, see the button on the top, the far to the right, it's audio. And she goes, well, I have that one. What?
See, she's
you
from
just
the
said
generation.
you don't have an audio button, but you have that one?
We have to actually stop for a second.
Help me.
Because at one point we have to give, like I get in the old, like a long time ago before technology became this weird exponential thing that changed dramatically every year.
Yeah.
But you got to understand where Grandma came from. She came from the Depression. So they had no technology. Food wasn't invented.
I know that.
They were working on, they only had 14 letters in the alphabet at that point. They've added letters since then.
Food went extinct.
Exactly.
It was invented and then it
at
went.
one point, there was nothing.
I know that.
I know, but it's.
I'm not saying she has to be a pro at technology. I'm saying, why for 5 minutes are you telling me there is no audio button on this phone? She said, remember, I have Christopher's old phone. So that explained it. And I go,
that explains
from the early 30s.
This
right.
has
He broke the audio on
been the same since they invented the iPhone.
Yeah.
And then for 5 minutes, she doesn't have that. And then finally she goes, oh, well, I have that button. The same one I've been asking her about. I'm just saying that's what I can't.
But that's why, and I'll say with Trump and or anybody who's president, about everybody. Imagine this, because Reagan was literally had Alzheimer's at the end. Nancy Reagan had to walk his ass through stuff.
Oh, dear.
But imagine you get up in the morning, you wake up in the morning, and here's what happens. And I'm talking everybody, Trump, whoever's president. And some fucking dude is waiting outside your door, the list of shit. And it's not little shit. It's not like we got to do the lawn today, and then you got to call two people.
I get that.
It's like, by the way, Haiti just went down. We've got
a hurricane coming.
There's hurricane
coming. Destroy Florida.
China is going to invade Taiwan. They're sending drones over right now.
It, yeah.
What do you want to do? And then, so you have all that on top of all the extra shit that, by the way, because someone else wrote that letter to her when she died. Someone else wrote that letter. We're so sorry. They wrote that letter for me, signed it. That's fine. But I just think at one point, unless you're doing it every day, like Trump woke up every day and did something fucking crazy.
Well, Grandma just started a new exercise class at the senior center. She's going to be 89 next week. She started a new fitness class. She told me yesterday.
Wow.
She goes and she said,
maybe can Biden get in on this?
They
right, because that helps with your
they
mental.
get 1 pound dumbbells.
Acuity is the word you're
And the
looking for.
stretchy thing.
That's what she told me.
The stretchy thing.
So they give him a exercise band.
The stretchy thing. You know that thing?
And so she's doing an hour-long fitness class.
That's
And
good.
they give her a chair for when she needs to sit down. I guess all of them get chairs. So
All right, we got equipment for
defeating
you.
the purpose.
We've got bands and chairs.
that's what she
The stretchy thing in the chair.
That's what she told me.
If the
And a
chairs are too
dumbbell.
much, you can lay down.
She does dumbbells. And she said, we do it to music.
That's musical
It's
chairs.
a black woman that leads it.
I thought, oh no, Grandma, no.
Stop now. It was queued up till here.
Yeah.
I was working out yesterday and I thought the same thing. I thought your life shortens if you stop working out.
She never has
definitely.
stopped.
Yeah.
She was going
Yeah.
to this, what she calls the sports center. She and Papa joined in 1991. And she has stopped going lately because
COVID.
COVID. Like she just doesn't think that it's smart for her to do that because she's on chemo. By the way, she's also just completed month 2 of chemo, and she's fine.
How did
She's fine. The doctor upped the dosage this month, and I was upset.
It just randomly goes, she's doing fine. Let's give her more. Why, you want to
Wait.
make her shitty? Why,
Don't you
what
have to do more testing to see if she can take
Yeah, so
more?
I got upset, and she always tells me, don't worry, that
The good Lord takes care of me.
and she's fine. So she's totally fine. She's in this week after the second month of chemo has joined the fitness class at the senior center.
This chemo isn't kicking my butt like I thought it would, so I'm going to join the gym.
Literally is right after, and I'm not making this up. I say it in my show, Arthritic Krav Maga, and it's on the schedule on her refrigerator. You'll see when we go there in a couple of weeks. It's Arthritic Krav Maga. Who wouldn't want to go to that?
Right? I do it.
Hiya!
I agree.
I got a chair, right? As long as I got a chair, I'm good.
You can fight with it and then sit on it.
She told me that her friend Linda wanted to bring her husband, but he can't walk. And Grandma told him he'd be fine because he can
Sit down.
Gets a chair.
You get a band and a dumbbell and a chair.
It's a tough workout.
So,
I agree with Grandma Jean. I coincidentally just said before the podcast that we were talking about something, and I said I miss devices that had tactile, big, controls and knobs and buttons and things like
I
that.
know.
And made clicking and
like
clanking.
clunk.
Yeah.
she would like that. That was her era. She
Yeah,
was-
I
That's
actually
what I'm
thought it
saying.
was-
So I get it. It's like a flat little,
Black
there's
thing.
no button. There's no, and it's tiny.
it does go outside of her area of comprehension sometimes, what it does. But to be fair, she's pretty awesome on it. She was texting like a fiend before my dad even figured
We play
it
Words
out.
with Friends all the time with
She
her.
plays games with him. I mean, she has an iPad. She travels with an iPad, a Kindle, and her iPhone.
And she doesn't have longer nails, like that gets in the way.
My grandma is not one of those boogie woogie hoogie boogie. She's very my mom, but older, and so when I say push the button, she goes and bangs her. And so everything goes crazy on her phone when she does that. And I tell her it needs to be finessed just a little bit. She was laughing so hard yesterday. She said, I love you.
Yeah. You make her laugh.
She does. You make her laugh too.
What do we, guys, do you think we're going to get into a world war?
No, I'm not segueing into that.
I want to talk about
I was
it.
trying to end the podcast on a high note, and he'll always bring it back. Bring it back.
Speaking of Grandma Jean,
Oh,
are we
we're
going to be in
ending.
World
Have
War
we done
III?
enough time?
Yeah.
All right, just want to make sure you've done enough time.
I love his segues. So, do you guys think we're going to end up in a world war?
We just talked about the lovable grandma, and now let's talk about the destruction of the planet.
I always try and take
Listen,
us
I like to bring it. We started with the
somewhere
apocalypse and
happy.
a mass extinction event. I like to end with it.
This is what it'll be like at our birthday party, too.
Before
It'll
we
be
go
a
any
lot of
further.
pockets of World War conversations wherever you are, racism discussions.
Nope. It's time for Highlanders fun fact. Fun fact. Highlanders fun fact.
Speaking of Russia, most people know dolphins have incredible sonar
What?
abilities.
Wait, that's a weird segue.
Yes,
Go ahead.
it is. But
Dolphins
did you
have what?
know
Wait, so read it again because I interrupted you.
most people? I'm going to do. That's what you do, right?
Oh, we do that to each other all the time.
most people know dolphins have incredible sonar abilities. But did you know that they were studied as war tools during the Cold War? They really are as smart as people say they are.
What?
There's no more information than that.
There was a movie called Day of the Dolphin. What they would do is they would take these like Claymore giant bombs.
Dolphin NATO?
And yes, they would strap them to their heads. There was a movie called Day of the Look
Are
at
you
the,
serious?
Look at the movie, Day of the Dolphin. And basically what they would actually go and they would click on the bottom of boats and then swim away.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they actually trained a bunch of dolphins to get that done. But dolphins are pretty smart. From what I know about dolphins, wouldn't dolphins be like, I don't want to. I'm not blowing shit up.
Right.
I want to
go
go
so
say,
smart.
Hey, we're gonna give you some bombs. Yeah.
They were led by one that had a stain on his little forehead.
Oh,
so
he's
made
a
peace.
Gorbachev dolphin. Oh, I got it. I'm with you.
Look at you with the reference from way back.
That's what he was saying. You just didn't get it.
I think you got the location.
Day of the
right.
Dolphin. Can you type it in? Type it in. Day of the Dolphin. Just type it in.
Why are you
Day of the Dolphin. I want to make sure I'm right. I think it was
1973.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sci-fi thriller. Paul Sorvino was in it.
Yeah, and the dolphins were they were training dolphins to
George
actually.
C. Scott.
So you know why? Because it takes a lot of money to train a dude to swim under.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're like, if we just give these guys mackerel, some sardines, and
So when Russia runs out of men to shoot,
yeah, dolphins.
they'll just.
The Russian dolphins are like, I'll do
How do you do it?
Try to do a Russian.
A Russian accent as a dolphin.
Do the German dolphin.
9. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm going to be in Hawaii. Aren't I? Am I going to be in Hawaii?
October 8th, Honolulu
October 8th,
Theater.
Honolulu Theater.
And then Springfield, Missouri. Not a lot of tickets left. That's
Puppies are-
Grouchy
yeah,
growling.
it's Grouchy. Springfield, Missouri.
The next weekend at the Blue Room Comedy Club, and then Portland Helium the weekend after that.
Portland,
Go to christophertitus.com/tour to see all the dates coming up. We added some new things December. We're going to do Philly, but we added Twin Falls, Idaho. Is that the name of that town?
I don't know.
The
Finger guns.
Orpheum. The Orpheum
Yes.
in Twin Falls. And then Boise Knitting Factory. You guys, a lot of you have seen us there. We love that venue. And then our place we always close out the year, Seattle Neptune Theater, December. Those will be our last shows of 2022. And then coming into the next year, we're adding some of our favorites: Sacramento Crest Theater, Fresno Tower Theater, Chico. El Rey is already on sale for February, so go to his website and check it out.
It's called
also,
The
to all of you who helped us with the Moment House and got the special, thank you so much. We're working out right now to get you your
emails are going out.
Download stuff, and all the merch is going out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Go to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube. Please subscribe. And thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Hylinder. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.
One.